Hey, 6th grade, welcome to video 3. This one is about error correction. So we just talked about how to figure out if there's something wrong with the recording. Now we have to talk about how to fix anything that we think is wrong with that recording. So for this part, you take two of the things that you thought were wrong with the recording, and you talk about how to fix them. One really important thing is make sure I can tell what type of error you're talking about. So that's going to be either dynamics, rhythm, tempo, or pulse. If you talk about it in your description, that's good enough. A lot of times it might be good just to write that at the very beginning, right? So write out dynamics and then what you think I need to do to fix it. I'll accept really any answer, even the ones that aren't on this study guide. I'll accept any answer that directly fixes the error, but we're going to talk about some of the more common strategies. Now, the reason why I say directly fixes the error is because a lot of us wrote things like practice more or ask your teacher for help. And yeah, those are all things that are going to help us fix these errors, but they don't directly help us fix the error, right? So if I'm having problems with rhythm, practice more doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to fix the error. It might mean that I'm practicing the rhythm wrong more, and it might actually reinforce the wrong way to play that rhythm. So we're going to talk about how to directly fix these errors. So first, let's talk about dynamics. For me, the easiest way to fix dynamics is, well, number one, get familiar with what the dynamic markings mean. So know what pianissimo means, know what mezzo forte means, and know how that relates to the rest of it. So see part 1 for that. But practice playing loud and then soft. So you want to practice having your full dynamic range from your loudest to your softest, and you also want to make sure that you're practicing everywhere in between that. And then also, a lot of times measures with crescendos or decrescendos, those can be a little bit tricky to make sure that you're getting exactly right. So a lot of times what I like to do is I like to take those measures and just practice those over and over again. So if I have da 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 and there's supposed to be a crescendo, I'll just do that over and over again. Da 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 da. All right. Next, if we have a rhythm that we're having trouble with, one of the things that we can do is we can clap the rhythm. We can also play the rhythm on one note. The reason why this is really effective is because a lot of times with rhythm, we get bogged down by having to play a bunch of different notes going up and down. So if we just focus on the rhythm aspect of it, that way we know what that should sound like, and then we can pair up the notes to the rhythm. Next up, we have tempo. So one of the key things is, like I said, sometimes tempo is written in a different language, a lot of times Italian. So if you ever see something that you don't know what it means, look up any words that you don't know. So you can either use Google, or if you're in class, you can ask me or Mr. Holland. Another thing is if you just can't play it slow enough or you just can't play it fast enough, a lot of times it's best to practice with a metronome. The last one is pulse. If you think that the music is slowing down or speeding up, probably the best way to do that is to practice with a metronome. And I actually have one right here. This one is a very fancy one, but you can get one at the music store for pretty cheap. And you can tell that it just keeps a really steady pulse, and all you do is you set it to be how fast you want the music to be, and then you just play right along to it. It helps you make sure that you're not speeding up or slowing down. Feel free to also talk about any other strategies that you like to use, but I can tell you that if you write these ones, as long as they're matched up to the right error, these ones will get you full credit. All right, thank you very much.